was 9 years old, I attended my uncle's wedding. What I remember about that day is that it was in London, a 2-hour drive away, and the minister was a woman. Some of you might not find that last point remarkable. I, however, grew up in a tradition where women are not allowed to be priests. The message continues to be that Jesus was a man, and only those who are men can stand in persona Christe, in the person of Christ. Still, from that moment, when I saw this woman preside over my uncle's wedding, I knew that I was called to be a priest. Unfortunately, as I continued in that tradition, I was discouraged from this path by many different people, my parents being one of the few exceptions. In fact, I was told that any woman who suggested that they were called to be a priest must be a rabid feminist who was trying to make a point, or someone who needed psychological counseling as they obviously had mental health issues. Some 25 years after that wedding, the Holy Spirit, working through my partner, brought us to the Anglican Church, which enabled my journey to the priesthood. While there were moments of affirmation throughout this process, perhaps the most significant occurred at Agpo, a weekend in which those seeking ordination are assessed for call, character, and charism. At the end of the weekend, I was affirmed for ordination, and I wept. Looking back, I wonder if this is how Mary felt when Elizabeth greeted her at the door. "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. And why has this happened to me, that the mother of my Lord comes to me? For as soon as I heard the sound of your greeting, the child in my womb leapt for joy. And blessed is she who believed that there would be a fulfillment of what was spoken to her by the Lord. And blessed is she who believed that there would be a fulfillment of what was spoken to her by the Lord." I hear in these words an affirmation of Mary, her faith, and the gifts she brings to the world. I hear in these words a message that honors Mary's call, character, and charism. I hear in these words an acceptance of Mary for who she is and her understanding of who God created her to be. My journey to the priesthood included many experiences where my understanding of my journey was denied and undermined. Even in denominations where women have been ordained as priests for decades, women priests continue to experience microaggressions and not so microaggressions by those who struggle to fully accept the gifts we bring. There are others, too, whose gifts are not fully embraced. Black, Indigenous, people of color, queer and trans individuals, and those who have disabilities, to name a few. We are becoming more aware of this truth. We have been given opportunities to listen and learn. We have been invited to consider what it might be like to do better, to be better as church. What can and should we do to welcome as Elizabeth welcomed Mary? Who can we affirm as I was affirmed at Agpo? can we bless as we accept that they are a blessing to us?